It all started on a day that felt like any other. The sun was shining brightly, birds chirped their happy tunes. Sonic the Hedgehog was probably napping, or maybe running, who knows with him. Then, the ground began to tremble. Not just a little, like a truck passing by. This was a big, earth-shattering rumble. Something huge was happening, you could just feel it. Angel Island, the ancient floating landmass. It was usually pretty chill, guarding the Master Emerald, but today, it decided to go for a real float. It started to ascend higher and higher, not slowly but with a sudden powerful surge. Green chaos energy pulsed around it, it throbbed like a giant glowing heart. The energy was visible, a vibrant, life-giving light. This wasn't just an island anymore, it was becoming something more. The air crackled with an unseen force. This energy, it was the stuff of legends. It could power machines, or even create life. Now, it was lifting an entire island. Imagine the power needed for that. Speed Nation was about to be born. So this giant island is now a country, Speed Nation. Cool name, right?
Sonic didn't waste any time. He became its unofficial super-fast leader. President Sonic? Mayor Sonic? Nah, just Sonic. But he knew he couldn't do it all alone. Even a blue blur needs a government. A government built on speed and smarts.
The first rule, everything had to be fast. No slow, boring meetings allowed. The infrastructure was mind-blowing. Think futuristic, but even cooler. Roads were made of light. Cars zipped along on magnetic tracks. No traffic jams here, thank you very much. Buildings scraped the sky, sleek and silver. They looked like they could take off too. Transportation tubes crisscrossed the nation. Step in, whoosh, you're there. It was a city planner's dream. Energy came directly from the Chaos Emeralds. Clean, green, and super powerful. This meant no pollution, which was awesome. The air was always fresh and clean. Homes were smart, of course. They anticipated your needs. Sonic was the face, the inspiration. He was the blue streak of justice. But even he knew he needed help. Running a whole nation is tough work, even if you can run at the speed of sound. So, he turned to his best buddies. Miles Tails Prower, the genius fox, and Knuckles the Echidna, the muscle. Together they formed a sort of council, the Triumvirate of Speed, if you want to be fancy.
Tails with his twin tails spinning. He was the brains of the operation, head of technology and innovation. He designed the amazing transport systems. He figured out how to harness chaos energy safely. His workshops were legendary, full of gadgets, gizmos, and half-eaten mint candies. He could build a supercomputer from a toaster, probably while flying his plane, the Tornado. Speed Nation owed its futuristic feel to him.
Then there was Knuckles, guardian of the Master Emerald still. But now also head of security and defense. He was strong, serious, and super loyal. He made sure Speed Nation was safe from outside threats or inside troublemakers. He patrolled the borders with his powerful fists. Nobody messed with Knuckles.
Imagine waking up in Speed Nation. No annoying alarm clocks here. Your smart home gently wakes you, maybe with the smell of fresh coffee, or the sound of your favorite upbeat music. You glance out your window, you see sleek hovercars gliding silently. People are zooming through transport tubes. Everyone seems energized and happy. It's another fast-paced day. Getting to work or school is a breeze. You could take a personal hoverboard, or hop on the super-fast monorail. It travels on beams of pure light. You're at your destination in minutes. No delays, no excuses for being late. Work itself is exciting and innovative. People collaborate on amazing projects. From developing new clean energy sources, to designing even faster ways to travel. Lunch breaks are quick, but delicious. Recreation is just as thrilling. There are zero-gravity sports arenas, holographic amusement parks that change daily, and of course, racetracks everywhere. Sonic himself sometimes joins in for fun. Good luck trying to beat him, though. Evenings are filled with light shows. But you know how it is. When things are going too well, there's always someone who wants to spoil it. A villain lurking in the shadows. Or, in this case, in a grimy, oily fortress. S4, as Dr. Eggman. Enter Dr. Evo Robotnik, or Eggman as Sonic loves to call me. I'm round, have a crazy mustache, and a genius IQ I use for evil. He hated Speed Nation from the start. Eggman had his own nation, if you could even call it that, Robotropolis. Sounds charming, doesn't it? It was the exact opposite of Speed Nation, dark, polluted, and full of clanking robots. Giant factories belched black smoke. The sky was always a sickly orange. No green plants, no happy animals, just metal, oil, and despair. S4, as Dr. Eggman. My citizens were mostly mindless badniks. Robotropolis was built on slow, clunky technology. Well, clunky compared to tail stuff. I believed in total control. I wanted everything to obey me. My robots were my unwilling subjects. I dreamed of expanding my rusty empire. Dr. Eggman wasn't just going to sit and fume. Oh no, he was a man of action. Evil action, but action nonetheless. He began to build his ultimate weapon, something to crush Speed Nation, something to steal its precious chaos energy. He called it the Chaos Siphoner. Original, right, for a guy with an egg-shaped body. This machine was designed to drain power and turn Speed Nation into another Robotropolis. Dark, dreary, and under his thumb, S4, as Dr. Eggman. His plan was devious, as always. He would launch a surprise attack while Speed Nation was busy being fast and happy. His army of Badniks would swarm the island. Motobugs, buzz bombers, crab meats, the whole rusty clanking gang. They would cause chaos and distraction while his chaos siphoner did its dirty work. He even built a new giant Death Egg robot, just in case Sonic tried to be a hero, which of course Sonic would. Eggman gathered his forces. The factories of Robotropolis worked overtime, clanking and whirring day and night, producing more robots than ever before. He gave them new upgraded weapons, lasers, missiles and really big hammers. He was like a conductor of a terrible orchestra. The attack came without warning. 1 minute, blue skies. The next, a sky full of Eggman's ships. Dark, ominous, and very un-Speed Nation-like. Alarms blared across the floating island. Citizens scurried for safety, their speed useful now. Badniks dropped from the sky like metallic rain. They marched through the clean streets, their rusty feet clanking on the pristine paths. Chaos erupted. This was not good at all.
Eggman, he yelled, skidding to a halt. You just don't know when to quit, do ya? S4, as Dr. Eggman. The doctor cackled from his giant robot. This time, Hedgehog Speed Nation is mine.
Then the fight was on. Sonic became a blue blur of destruction, spin-dashing through rows of motobugs, homing attacking buzz bombers out of the sky. He was everywhere at once. Tails soared above in the tornado. He provided air support. His lasers took down Eggman's bigger bots. He also coordinated the civilian evacuation, using his inventions to create safe zones. Knuckles was on the ground, a red powerhouse. He punched his way through crab meats. He protected the power plant from sabotage. His fists were like wrecking balls. The ground shook with every blow he landed. They were a well-oiled, heroic team. Sonic smashed into the Death Egg robot. He bounced off its metallic shell, then curled into a ball and hit it again. And again. And again. Sparks flew. Metal groaned. S4 as Dr. Eggman. Eggman was furious, mashing buttons. Hold still, you pesky rodent, he screamed. But Sonic was too fast, too agile. He found a weak spot, a loose panel. With one final supercharged spin attack, he broke through. He wrecked the controls from the inside. The giant robot stumbled. It teetered, then crashed to the ground. Luckily, away from any buildings. Eggman crawled out of the wreckage, covered in soot, his mustache drooping. S4 as Dr. Eggman. I'll get you next time, Sonic, he shrieked. Then he hopped into a tiny escape pod and zoomed away, defeated once more. The Chaos Siphoner, without its master's control, sputtered. Tails, with a clever bit of reprogramming, disabled it. The immediate danger was over. A huge cheer went up across Speed Nation. People emerged from their safe zones. They saw Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, standing amidst the defeated Badniks. The party lasted for days. Speed Nation knew how to celebrate. Music pulsed, lights danced. Everyone felt a renewed sense of pride. Their fast way of life had been defended. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were heroes. Statues were probably already being designed. Sonic would pretend to be embarrassed, but secretly, he'd think it was cool. He deserved it, after all. He saved them from becoming egg slaves. But even in victory, a shadow lingered. Eggman was defeated. Yes. He always came back, though. That was his thing. Annoying persistence. Sonic knew this. He was always ready. But there was something else. A different kind of threat. Whispers among Eggman's captured data files. Tails found them while sifting through wreckage. Blueprints for a new terrifying creation. One that looked disturbingly familiar.
The files spoke of Project Metal, a robotic doppelganger of Sonic himself. Designed to be faster, stronger, better. Built with one purpose: destroy Sonic. This wasn't just another Badnik.